Ну что ж, всем добрый день. Давайте запускаю игру. Так, сейчас давайте звук делаю тише. Сейчас я запущу видео для кошки. Пусть это немножко развлекает. А, да, игра. Игра тоже запускается, между прочим. Все, игра запускается. Видео для кошки запущено. Я пойду за кофе. Так, вебка точно выключена? Точно. Я, наверное, отключу микрофончик. Главное потом не забыть мне его выключить. Ну и да, блин, игра ломает опять все. Все, что у меня было настроено на двух экранах, она все ломает. Черт подери, ладно, пойду. Ну, еще микрофон подключен. Ха-ха-ха. Отлично, игра загрузилась. Сейчас что надо по планам. Что тут по гильдиям, помимо этого, вступил еще вот в это. Это у нас еще что? Вот эти вот уведомления меня, честно говоря, раздражают. Дальше мне надо что-то как-то... Что-то сделать с квестом. Хотя бы, похоже, парочку здесь выполнить и идти дальше. Так, все, кофе заваривается, мои наушнички. Так, мои наушнички, проснитесь. Где звук? Конечно. Тянуло зверя. Гораздо лучше. Послед. Так, давайте я сейчас еще раз наушники поставлю на место. Это интересно, это что-то уже по имеющимся квесту, или это уже, блин, новый пытаются дать? Конечно. Если там слышите пение птиц, там скворчение и прочее, то это у меня кошка смотрит. Так, почему у меня нет звука от наушников? Звук в игре есть. Наушники вообще ничего не ловят. Где? Так, я не понимаю, почему это звука. Угу. В самой игре почему-то нет звука. Сейчас давайте думать, что случилось. Очень интересно. Какого черта? Вот так-то лучше. Так, ладно, все, у меня там кофе, наверное, заварилось. Давайте я сейчас. Пойдем. Вайб, может быть, там. Сейчас давайте рунчик соберем. А нам не дадут, понятно. Или дадут? Спите, ребята.
We must do something about the water, Silojo. If you would just...
No adept can face the wastes alone, child. This one insists you stay.
Угу. Кажется, что-то для нас сценка. Давай. Сундук. Чей сундук? Чей-то, ладно.
Vasby cannot understand. Only puddles remain in the Adeptorium cisterns, but still Silojo forbids this one. Our Adeptorium, Srendra's cradle, is parched by a drought. We rely on the Anequina aqueduct to supply our water, but something halted the flow. Now adepts and pilgrims go thirsty. We tend to the sick here. Without water, no. And we never will if Silujo gets his way. He yowls about the risks, but Vazbi is not the saucer-eyed kitten she was when Silujo found her. This one must fix this. You're a warrior, yes? Would you escort Vazbi to investigate the aqueduct? Thank you for helping, Rook. We should investigate the nearest gate of the aqueduct, just south of here. Srendar willing, we will find whatever blocks the water there. Vazbi movie? No. My teachers examined the Order's histories and found no evidence of droughts in the past. But we live in... Vazbi does not think so. Before the water reaches Srendar's cradle, it passes Rimen. And for all the city's problems, a drought is not one of them. That means the flow is... The Adeptorium itself? I know only that our ancestors built it in the days of 16 kingdoms. Vazbi has no ears for ancient history. We do what we can, but Vazbi fears it is not enough. Many come with seared flesh and blackened lungs, from the flames and smoke, you see? About Vazbi? Oh, this one's life is not so exciting, but if you insist. Vazbi is an initiate and servant of Srendar. A healer in training also. Silujo and the other monks raised this. Most learn the craft, but not all have the passion for it that this one does. Silujo says it is Vazbi's Yes, Vazbi's parents had... This was in the time of the flu, you see. Many orphans came to Srendar's cradle in those days. No, this was not so long ago, Walker. You remember the groans and hacking coughs, yes? The blood? Srendar's cradle's adepts healed as many as they... I found it. We should examine the gate at the top of the ramp.
Как? Хотя да, я даже знаю как.
Open and dry, as expected. Hopefully we'll find the blockage at the second gate.
Ну, то есть, серьезно? Ее вот от того дома не пускали сюда посмотреть, что с водой? Угу. Что я могу сказать? Это как минимум странно. Кто?
Caught you! Vazbi is a quick study, yes? Let's examine this new gate. Caught you! Vazbi is a quick study, yes? Let's examine this new gate. dry. Zispo. Wait, what is this? Curious. This scrap of cloth. Vasby knows it well. It is part of a Srendal adept's habit. One of the old ones we don't wear anymore. Could an adept? Vasby does not think anyone wore it. The way it is torn, it looks like someone used it to dress a wound. Maybe. Vasby is no investigator, but finding something like this near the gate feels like a sign. We could start by searching around the columns that hold the aqueduct up. Someone gravely injured may have rested in the structure's shadow. Not certain. After the worst of the Nahatan flu had passed, Salujo and the others burned every scrap of cloth touched by the... It appears that way, yes. Come, whoever this belonged to may need our help. Another shred of a habit? The blood seems more spotty. From a sword, maybe. Let's keep looking. The blood trail goes cold, yes? But what is that? A cameo? The face looks... This was not dropped by accident, Walker. There must be more to find.
В этот раз я уже вижу. Нет.
This is a nursery rhyme, isn't it? Like the one Busby read every night as a kitten. Srendar's mercy. Please hurry, Walker!
Не видишь, я бегу как... А просто как куда? Где-то там, ладно. Ну, тогда туда. Может быть, даже там. Вот. Пеленки.
Swaddlecloth? Vasby recognizes that pattern. Come, let's keep looking, come!
Ох, не знаю, не знаю. Так что за ее же пеленкой охотимся.
And we find a death coin lost, of course. Something that gleams to take to the sands behind the stars. We should talk. The bloody bandages, the cameo, and swaddlecloth. All these trinkets and mementos lead to a forbidden place. Bandar's litter. The drought. It's because of me. That is why Vasby insisted on being the one to investigate. Every year, on this one's birthday, someone leaves a gift outside the cloisters. Gifts like the nursery rhyme, coin, and cameo we found. Days after the aqueduct ran dry, the gift giver left a jug of cold, fresh water outside this one's door. It was a message, you see, for Vasby. Old ghosts haunt this place. Angry spirits that moan and howl curses in the night. Silujo always insisted we stay away.
Одно из двух, или нам надо туда, да?
Be careful in this place, Walker. The ghost could emerge at any moment. Be careful in this place, Walker. The ghost could emerge at any moment.
Может там.
Be careful in this place, Walker. The ghost could emerge at any moment.
простой, говорит, замок. Кажется, это не тут, а там внизу.
Be careful in this place, Walker. The ghost will emerge at any moment. Be careful in this place, Walker. The ghost could emerge at any moment.
Ну, блин, нафиг. Нечестно.
Wait! Must be still someone. Why do they run? We do not mean them any harm. There they go. Is that the same one as before?
По-моему, скутой кожи не используется нигде.
Who are you? Where is Raspi, beloved child? Finally, you have come home at last.
Beloved, what? I don't... We only want to restore the water.
Water? No. You come for answers, child. Answers from ashes. Take her to our camp at the Bandar Gate. Kill the other and cleanse him in flame. The scouring fire will claim Sarindar's cradle soon enough.
Давайте я тут найду. Где-то там справа.
Quickly! Over here! Silujo saw everything. We must save Vasby quickly, please! I may not be Vasby's father, but I feel a father's love for her. What parent would let their child wander the Kaj with a stranger? Silujo followed at a distance, but could not stop Vasby in time. The flu. Time heals some wounds and causes others to fester. Sometimes even the greatest healer cannot see all ends. Forgive me. Silujo is an old... There is a cavern deep within the litter. If memory serves, it ascends to the Bandar Gate. We will find the aqueduct blockage. Silujo will try to make these sick, scarred cats see reason. To cure a sickness, a healer must know the ailment's cause.
Уверен, что все пройдет не так.
These sick, scarred, you see, we call them the stricken. After the Nahatan flu ravaged their bodies, the people of elsewhere cast them out. They came to Srendar's cradle once for healing, but the king's vizier would have put our adeptorium to the torch if he knew we harbored the sick. You should know the reason they hate us. It is my fault. They wish to burn our home because I cast them into Bandar's litter to die.
В общем, я чую, что я взамен одного квеста получу еще парочку новых.
Wait, Silujo must speak to you. Before we go further, we must speak. The Bandar Gate lies beyond that door. The Stricken's leader as well, Busby's true father. His love and Silujo does not fear this death if it will save Busby. Before it happens, though, this one must ask. You now know the story of Srendar's cradle, of the sick left to die. Silujo thanks you, Walker. Choosing who lives and who dies weighs on the soul, but as a healer and a leader...
Так, пошли.
Busby, you are unharmed, yes?
Интересно, каким видом он, каким образом он оскверняет?
Silajo, no! He breathes, but faintly. Busby will take him back to the cradle. My hands won't stop shaking. The Straken's leader, Hulzar, yes. He said he left me gifts so that I would not forget him. But seeing me grow closer to Silajo, closer to the Order, twisted his tail to the breaking point. Please, Walker, if there is any way to spare Hulzar, have mercy. Busby knows he is mad, but to lose two fathers at once. Threndar, help me. This one only needed saving because she disobeyed Silujo. He came here because of Busby. He dies. This one knows. Hulza told me about how he and his wife, my mother, came to the cradle with a tiny Busby in their arms. He described the long... How could it not be Busby's fault? Had Hulza's wife not carried Busby in her womb, they never would have come to Srenda's cradle.
Убить? Там написано, что наоборот не убивать. Ну, в смысле, она просила. После этих хождений туда-сюда мы практически вернулись на место.
Think you can keep me from my vengeance? Come thee.
Тут у нас что внизу? Кажется, тут немножко протекает. Или куда нам? Ой, дракон летает. Отлично.
You return. Good. Busby already loses too much today. Silujo did not... The other adepts mourn for him as Busby does. But they do not know the truth of his death, or the cost of the water. Busby loved this place. She idolized Silujo and the other healers. She prayed to Srendar for the strength and wisdom. The people of elsewhere think that the adepts of the Cradle worked miracles to stave off the flu. Now I see that they only hid the sick in the wilderness to let them die. How can this one... Yes, this one will stay. But I will not lie about what happened here. Silujo made an impossible choice, but the people deserve to hear the truth. Thank you, Walker. We only just met, but you are the closest thing to family that Busby has left. Brothers, sisters, Busby must speak about Silujo's passing. Before he passed, this one learned the truth of the stricken, of the role we healers played in their suffering. No longer. In Shrendar's name, we must go to Bandar's litter. We must help the stricken, and we must try to heal this age-old wound, for their sake and for ours.
Ай, не те кнопки жму. Так, ну что, у нас теперь еще одно место под квест свободно. Дорога. Здесь где-то, говорят, дорога рядом. Правда, нашлась дорога. Меня нормально слышно, да? Вроде да. Это все хорошо, как отсюда выбраться-то?
Get back, Rakata! I won't let you have this one.
Ha! Your blood is too thin. Keep that one as a gift, shit.
Мне кажется, не успел на дракона. Пока он там бегал. Там были вокруг него мечи. Когда я до него добежал, все эти они уже мечи пропали. Остался лишь только дракон. А почему хочу дракона? Ну, сами понимаете, почему. Я хочу все как бы сделать. Да. Хочу себе открыть дом. Полностью. Ой. О. Ух ты. Тяжелый, тяжелый. Вес легкие. Средняя, кожаная. Круто. Давайте в Черный лес отправимся. Сначала к себе там в дом к себе не получится. Хотя у меня есть одна идея. Отправимся в дом. Там посмотрим, что можно разобрать, что можно брать. Вообще неплохо было бы даже в банк попасть. Я хочу себе кое-что приготовить. Без шматья. Так, ну, выбираем. А еще вот этот я, наверное, оставлю. Няжный. Только доспехи, что ли? Смолы не хватает, поэтому надо больше разбирать. Так, может быть, тут что-то можно? Материал. А знаете, чем плохо стрим? То, что я не могу сейчас, например, отойти, чуть поваляться минут 5-10. Жаль, я же дракона убил. Вот так вот. Если хотя бы свечку какую-то поставить. Теперь в банку. По-моему, там был. Хотя это не точно.
You can be assured that all... Вообще-то все надо использовать. Concerned about speed.
Так-то лучше.
I do not tolerate. The Rimmen Bank. You can be assured that all of my... I do not tolerate... The Rimmen Bank. Concerned about thieves prowling about.
Ну, наверное, все. Не будем пренебрегать гильдийской добротой. Так, здесь еще лучше.
There must be a bond between the...
Давайте до 20 доведем. Потом немножко скорость прокачаем. Выносливости уже гораздо больше хватает, в принципе. Подождите. Серьезно? Или там, или там.
Offer yourself to divine Alkosh and be saved. Hop in my cart when you're ready for the journey, and I will take you to Priestess Shalani. Though it would behoove me to do...
Мы сейчас где, твою мать? Какой черт меня отправил сюда? Почему не могу просто отправить сразу сюда? Это жесть в ТГ, логика просто никакой.
My word. If the counselor is in Leowin or the surrounding countryside, the Ivory Brigade will find her. Not now, citizen. Can't you see I have my hands full at the moment? I'm sure a guard or one of... Why didn't you say so? Leowin's problems are legion, and now the Wood Elf Archer's prediction. The Wood Elf, Everly Sharp Arrow. She brought news that the Dark Brotherhood was targeting members of the Elder Council. With that guild of assassins, I'm not sure what to think. But Jirik is missing, and I don't have enough brigadines at the ready to... Here, let me update your map. These are places Jirik visits during her daily routine. If Councillor Jirik was a member of the Imperial Elder Council, since the collapse of the Empire and the dissolution of the Elder Council, Leowin has become an independent... I suppose the Countess is technically the highest authority in Leowin, but she leaves the administration of the city to the Chamber of Legates. Leviticus, another former Councillor Jirik is a creature of habit. Her daily routine is to stroll along the river and stop to... On paper, Countess Caro rules Leowin. But in practice, the Chamber of Legates governs the city. Indeed. Since the fall of the Empire, the Ivory Brigade had to redouble its efforts to... The Three Banners War. Let the alliances fight over the Ruby Throne as long as they leave us in peace. Everly Sharp Arrow is an adventurer from Valenwood, though I get the sense she's relatively new at the job. She told us that the late Emperor Leovic's steward was murdered by the Dark Brotherhood. Apparently, it pertains to some secret of the Longhouse Empire. Everly found a number of documents pertaining to this secret.
Captain, are you really trusting the fate of Councillor Jirik to this outsider?
Oh, why didn't Councillor Jirik heed your warnings?
If the Ivory Brigade requires mercenaries to do their job, perhaps Leowin needs different protectors.
Так, это по-любому внутрь, окей. Не в каждой гильдии есть свой магазин, не в каждой.
card sharps and collectors, test your wits and courage in a brand new card game, Tales of Tribute. Hey there, you've got a hungry look. The eye of a real competitor, I can see it. It's a game, of course. A card game, to be precise. Full of twists and thrills and canyon-deep strategy. Ha! Hooked another one! If you want to learn the game, you should travel to Gonfalon Bay on High Isle and talk to my friend Bragus. You'll find him at the city gaming hall. He'll get you sorted.
Ой, извини, но... Меня туда, скорее всего, не пустят. Потому что для этого надо дополнение. Которого у меня нет. И которое, я скажу честно, мне 40 евро тратить жалко.
You look like you had a rough expedition, friend. But Mordra can answer that better, and probably more to the point than I can. Basically, we're adventurers.
We simply must do something about the business, brother. These chambers are much too small for our lifestyle.
I realize that, Scipion, but the Fangpros have us by the throat. What am I to do?
Где мы сейчас окажемся? Ну ладно.
Biko, over here. Rock. I open my claws in humility, Wanderer. Please, stay to hear my story. Have you heard of this? A horde of those impure Limthins raided the old city and seized the Zanmir. They, with a stiff tail and bared abdomen, I beg for your aid. Please, gather a force of your strongest allies. Travel to Rock. Migrate. We heard rumors of Solzan crawling through the Mars. Their goal. It stands upon large. One of our village go. Dust on.
Привет.
Адамит и бот-бот бредит.
Ага. В чем бредит? О, нормально. Водичку всего лишь.
Apologies. I heard you stumbling about and thought it might... Oh, no one important, I assure you. I'm simply one of the Counselor's aides. She initially refused the Captain's offer, but she received a letter that made her... uneasy. Last I saw, she was headed back to the city by way of the Eastern Gate.
Ну, давайте продолжим поиска. Кто ж там был? Ну, давайте еще раз схожу. Надо мне все-таки аддон с картой установить. Я прошел сюда в эти земли по квестам, чтобы получить союзника. И отправляют в каменную рощу дальше.
Но это начало триал прохождения данжа.
Ну, как бы да. На это... туда, куда отправляют?
I was attacked. An assassin. You must warn the others. The counselors. Leofic's secret. It will be...
Counselor Jirik! Damn, we're too late!
Или вот это.
На повозке.
Тогда не буду выкидывать. А то у меня все квесты уже 25 из 25 заняты.
She didn't deserve to die like that. At least I don't think she did. Did you see what happened? Who attacked her? The mark of the Dark Brotherhood. Just like with Farrell Lupus. Sorry. I'm working for Counselor Leviticus. It relates to something called the 4 Ambitions of Mehrunes Dagon. I think they're Daedric weapons, but I'm still... Yeah, that's what brought me here. I found a list of names. Farrell Lupus and members of the Elder Council. It said they... Let me have your map. I'll mark where Councillors Valeria and Sophis were last seen. Go warn them. Convince them to take precautions. Then I'll get the city guards to come and gather the Councillor's body. She shouldn't just be left out here. Like I said, it all started when I found that strange tome for Farrell Lupus, and Emperor Leovic's journal. It was... Right, but it turned out I wasn't the only one trying to learn more about the ambitions. A group of cracked acorns called the Order of the Waking Flame. Fanatic Mehrunes. I guess someone hired them to eliminate everyone who knows about the secret. The question is, who? And I was told by So Farrell Lupus hired me to retrieve a book from a retreat once used by the Longhouse Emperors. He never told me what it... Not much. Farrell's partner said he planned to use it to make things right.
Просто журнал заданий 25 из 25. Так, что нам ближе? Все через... Назад через город надо идти, окей. Хорошо. Книжная полочка.
I love visitors.
Ну... Чего себе?
Это твой первый персонаж?
Ну да, скорее всего, да. Есть еще одна чародейка, но мне закритиковали, что не той расы. А в карте только если дополнение последнее есть, так правильно я понимаю? Без последнего дополнения что-то квест можно только этот качать, но не закончить.
Да, оно только покупает отдельно.
Ну да. Значит, мне нет смысла его брать. Тут пока и так есть чем заняться. Я не готов 40 евро тратить даже со скидкой. С учетом скидки. По-моему, там 38 евро. Так.
Here and help me? You look like a hardy soul, unconcerned with the prospect of death by trick, trap, or misadventure. Have you heard of Phaeluvon the Magnificent? He was a famous Nibonese Minotaur hunter, but I hope to recover proof that this is Phaeluvon's tomb. His armor, helm, and sword would do nicely, but I didn't get far before I found the cavern overrun with...
Но если раса не так, то переделаешь в чародея на стамине.
Ай, да ладно уж. На по новой начал, как бы и ладно. Все равно сюжет, как бы, получается, другой всем собирается.
How do you feel about helping a defenseless scholar from Gideon unearth a little history from Undertow Cavern? Oh, and can you swim? Have you heard of... I hope... No one in Leowyn realizes that Undertow Cavern is the... I found accounts of the story... Phaelivon's sword, as I am... The story's sick. Well, it has... That's the very question. That's because the...
Ой, по-хорошему-то все читать надо, но... Кость.
В этой игре всегда все можно изменить. Все зависит зачастую от твоего желания.
Ну, я пошел на уступки, как бы. Начал нового. Пока не скажу, что жалею. Даже интереснее получается. Зато вышло ж себе, что и дом этот открыл, правда, пока... Сколько там еще 2 локации у меня не открыты в нем.
We weren't expecting visitors. Are you here to see the counselor? Are you here to speak with Counselor Sophis? I'm afraid my husband has taken our dog for a walk. Danger? What are you talking about? Captain Rianne? I see. Well, if the Ivory Brigade sent you... My husband, Valen, received a letter from an old friend this morning. Pharo Lupus, Emperor Leovix.
Ну, сбежали. А, типа к советнику нас поведет. На помощь позвала. Опаньки, не успели.
What's taking you so long? They should...
Valen! No! Oh, Valen! Oh, my love!
You know, Valen acted strange after the letter from Pharo Lupus arrived. He didn't tell me what it... A scroll, sealed and bearing my husband's stamp. Take it. Give it to Counselor Leviticus.
Что такой красивый персонаж. Ладно, поскакали к следующему. Ой. Нет, я не в пещеру. Какая же у нас жара, прям невозможно.
Ты можешь отменить лишнее задание в журнале заданий снизу.
Да, я знаю, что могу, но, понимаешь, жалко, что я же их потом потеряю и не вспомню, где их еще брать. Для этого надо, наверное, поставить этот аддон с картой, который показывает все задания в области. Наверное. Что я же просто и не вспомню даже, где я те задания, которые от меня взял. Я просто, наверное, так все же и сделаю через какое-то время. С таким количеством квестов, которые из одной зоны в другую ведут. Ну, странно, что такое маленькое количество заданий можно лишь взять. И тут не успели. Ну что ж такое? Что ж грустно. А, ясно, квесты, да? Так, чего отказаться?
Ну пролог нельзя потерять, можно смело отменять.
Ну да. В принципе, я об этом же думаю. Постоянно вспоминаю, какой-то пролог я хотел оставить, чтобы не забыть. Все, хватит. Уже значительно лучше. А, стоп, это еще даже не советник. Понял, мы до советника еще, похоже, не добрались.
Stay alert. I have it on good authority that I'm in danger.
Of course, Counselor.
Step back and state your business. I have every reason to believe that my life is in danger. If you so much as make a threatening gesture, I was beginning to suspect as much. Very well. Lupus. Emperor Leovik's old steward? And Jirik as well? Gods. They are the ambitions? I heard that term once before. Years ago. Possibly. I oversaw the Imperial Treasury, so my records deal with expenditures and collections. I have extremely well. We were rivals as well as colleagues on the...
О, сундучок.
Я отходил, видел, что тот и показывал на карте.
Не, я смотрел просто, куда отправляться для того квеста и для того. Чтобы посмотреть, может, какой-то из них по дороге или ближе, или рядом. Ай. Ты залазь, давай. Книжная полка. Там вот еще книжная полка.
Oh, hey! Over here! I'm glad you're here. I've been searching all over, but I could use your help. This place is huge. Why do rich people... Sophus is dead? Damn! Was it the Dark Brotherhood? What am I saying? Of course it was. I've torn this place apart, but I knew you'd be a help. But I didn't expect you to just have the answer the moment you walked in. Good job!
Так, на мой взгляд, за просмотр книжных полок плохие бонусы иногда выпадают.
Hidden compartment? I love it! I mean, I hate that people have died, but... So, what did you... Let me see that. That's a code, all right. Some of the other documents I found use something similar. You know, good idea. We need to report in to Councillor Leviticus anyway. Let him know what we uncovered. If he has a qualified scribe, great. I can't help feeling that once we saw...
Чё? Так условно.
The dog. It's harmless. Oh, Tertia, you idiot. No wonder he hasn't... Is there something you want? I'd like to... Body? Ring? Oh, Riemann on high. What's this about? Aloysius wrote this? And he wasn't cursed. He was hallucinating. The toad that Argonian used to ease his pain must have been too strong for him. I was once kidnapped by a crazed Sulzon warlord and offered the heads of my neighbors as a dowry. I'd rather not talk about it.
Красиво, хотя,
I've had
может, в
more than a
молодости
dozen
была и
failed
ничего так.
engagements in my life. If anyone here is cursed, it's me.
А, ну, более дюжин. Ну, значит, да, уже просто...
Aloysius didn't run off and leave me like half the others. He even gave his life to protect me. I've never had anyone love me that much. Is it wrong that makes me happy? I wonder if the Temple of Mara would marry us posthumously. It was his dying wish, after all. Maybe I should have... Well, why not? I've had absolutely no luck with the living, and it's not like this is how I dreamed of getting married, but after being jilted so many times...
Лучший вариант выйти замуж за мужчину, который уже не может передумать. Ну, прям отлично.
You may not get it, but for your sake, I hope you never have to.
Ну, ты как раз таки понимаю. Не понял. А, конечно.
Ого, ремесленная сумка есть.
Ага. Без нее, мне кажется, здесь не поиграть-то особо. Так, обратно через мост. И... По крайней мере, не пособирать. И квесты недоступны. И локация. Я понимаю, что люди за золотые покупают все это. Но их сначала надо золото заработать. Прокачать персонажа и зарабатывать. А дополнение или покупай за кроны. Ты нормально денег выложи.
Я просто себе инвентарь на 150 расширил и бегаю спокойно.
Ну, не все сразу. Не все сразу. Сам дополнение вон сколько крон стоит. Это хотя бы доступно. Причем здесь в шкафах ничего не попадается. Нету.
I need your report, mercenary. Word reached me that Councillor Jirik was murdered. What about Sophus and Phaleria? And did you find definitive... That's the Black Hand, symbol of the Dark Brotherhood. I wish Jirik and Sophus had allowed me to assign brigadines to protect them. It appears that Councillor Leviticus's trust in the Wood Elf was not misplaced.
Вообще хочу себе это получить. Черт, как же их правильно называют. Спутника. Потом уже дальше фармить свои остальные помещения этого домика. Шкаф. Ладно, потом.
Captain Rian and the Ivory Brigade will deal with the Dark Brotherhood. We are perfectly safe in here.
Your damn empire, Leviticus. It no longer exists.
Но центральное помещение ты еще в ближайшую неделю не увидишь.
Ну, возможно, у меня там дом открыта справа комната. Еще 2 помещения осталось, ну, со временем.
You must be the mercenary that Captain Rian
Ой, не
told
могу,
me
жара
about.
какая.
And I see you're working with Everly Sharparrow. Good. I assume you have something to... Damn it all to oblivion and back. I should have taken Pharo Lupus more seriously when I received it. Yes, that's the Longhouse Emperor's code. Only a handful of Imperial scribes can decipher it. I know one. Baragon. Very good. I've sent messages to Itinia and Vandacia already, as neither of them are currently within Leowin's jurisdiction. Everything we do now must be swift if we are to get ahead of this. Go to Fort Blueblood and Sadly, no. Whatever Leovic confided in Pharaoh Lupus and the others, whatever he ordered them to do, he kept it. I was, but the Elder Council was made up of almost 24 counselors. According to the list Evely Sharparrow brought me, only... Who knows what was going through Leovic's head when he wrote that entry in his journal. Varen and his rebels were literally... The Longhouse Emperors were Reachmen, who seized control of the Empire and ruled for some 40 years. Dukarach the Black Drake found it. Leovic made a mistake. When he decided to declare Daedra worship as the law of the land, Duke Varen... Unfortunately, no. Varen disappeared a few years later and the Empire collapsed. Now the so-called... Eivor has always had an affinity for the Imperial military. When she received her letter of warning from Pharaoh Lupus, she sent word to me. Only a token force of Brigadines guards Fort Blueblood. If the Dark Brotherhood is truly our enemy, I fear a lone assassin can...
Fort Blueblood? That's to the east across the river. I'll meet you there.
Подтыгдымля.
Look, Councillor Leviticus and Captain Rianne sent me. I need to see Councillor Eivor now.
And what about my sister? She hasn't been seen since she took the Councillor her meal.
Councillor Eivor was very clear about this. She
Подозрительно
doesn't
это.
want to be disturbed. Oh, another mercenary. Is our Ivory Brigade so enfeebled that Captain Rianne must resort to hiring sellswords? All right, enough. I can see when I'm being overruled. Very well. I give you permission to enter the... Lurius? Oh, something about his sister. She's another servant here at the fort. Works in the kitchen, I believe. Apparently, she brought the... The counselor demanded we protect her. Said her life was in danger, but refused to give me any details.
Посмотрим, как они охраняют. Не уверен, что хорошо.
Oh no! Counselor Abor's been murdered! But where's the servant? The Dark Brotherhood's calling card.
Ну вот, так всегда.
Of course they tore out the pages
Вообще,
and
это
took
вполне разумно. О, игра какая-то.
out more about the ambitions.
По крайней мере, похоже на игру.
Abor's meal is still warm. So what happened to the servant that delivered it? We have a door locked from the outside, a dead counselor, and a missing servant. Did the assassin take off with both the torn-out journal pages and the servant? Anyway, they not see that rope hanging from the top of the tower? Bet my bottom acorn that's how the assassin got in and out. But the missing servant... Something... Maybe... But everything I've read about the Dark Brotherhood never suggested they would be interested in weapons.
Что, например, не могу взять эту веревку и залезть по ней сам.
So, will Counselor Abor be returning with you to Leowin? Murdered? Gods, keep your voice down. Do you want to start a panic? Tell me. Let me see that. A black handprint. The sign of the Dark Brotherhood. Well, that explains some of it, but not all. We need to locate Talais. Since you're already involved and...
Так вот.
Your sister is fine. This one is certain.
Then where could she be? She would never neglect her duties.
Probably found a dark corner and someone to snuggle with. This one does that all the time. Pleasant days, visitors. How can this... Ah, Talais. She worries her brother so. She asked me where we kept the hot root flakes.
All right, grab a broom and start sweeping.
What? No, that's Talais's job.
And do you see Talais anywhere?
Another new face in the fort? First Counselor Abor, now you and that cute wood elf. Look, I'd love to... She took the Counselor her meal and hasn't returned. Did you check the watchtower? Abor's a little old, but maybe Talais decided to improve her station, if you catch... Well, she's been acting like a frightened guar since she arrived. Stays locked up in the watchtower. Only lets a single servant in at a time.
The servants come to the kitchen to mutter and gossip. This one will not have it. Misaba asks that young woman. She has not returned from the watchtower, so her chores remain undone. And she took... The pantry is in the cellar, but the door is around the side of the building. Talais, Mum.
Before we check the pantry, let's talk.
Интересно.
So, what did we learn? Counselor Abor was frightened, but that's understandable. Interesting that she was... Couldn't hurt. And every mystery novel I ever read taught me you should always follow up on...
Да я без тебя иду эту кладовую проверять. Сам с другой стороны, ну ладно.
Is that... Damn it! They murdered Talais too! Why would the Dark Brotherhood murder... Oh no! We need to talk about this. All right, I think I figured it out. The assassin followed Talais down here, murdered her, and took her place so they could gain access to the watchtower. Pretty clever, but they didn't have to kill her. Right. Very funny. Wait, you're serious? If you're... Yeah, I've read that somewhere. But what about the calling cards? The Black Hand is definitely making a statement. Trying too hard to convince us that the Dark Brotherhood is behind the murders. All right, I can see your point. That doesn't change... Right. Report to Commander Orton on your way out. Tell him what happened. Then go check on Counselors Valeria and Vandacia. After you report to the commander...
Нормально. Признался с поличным.
Но, и не говори. Но вариантов не было, кроме как прервать квест.
Cracked acorns! I suddenly had the weirdest feeling come over me. Yes. No, I don't know. We were talking about the counselors. Remember I told you about that strange book I found? The one with the Daedric writing that I can't read? It was just a flash, but it was accompanied by a feeling. I felt a sense of... It was one of the Waking Flame cultists, I think. Someone powerful, in command.
А если бы не был членом этого братства, то все, квест бы пошел по ложному пути.
All right. You talked to the fort's servants and rummaged around in our pantry. What's the verdict? That's... Oh, that's horrible. Are you sure? No. Of course you're sure.
За сколько продашь мне виноград?
В каком смысле? Тебе виноград этот нужен готовый? Или ингредиента?
Ну да, положу у себя да на стол к бокалу вина.
Не знаю, давай так отдам. А тут подождать? А, или по почте можно же отправить, да? Или он за муку? Сколько-то-то? Чтобы я себе тоже виноград бы сделал, на стол положил. Просто где тогда ждать? Или по почте отправлять? Вообще почта есть?
Можешь по почте на Дискорд Вентерина. Наложи платеж в размере 1000 монет.
Да не. Хотя, если хочешь, значит так. Yes. Ё-моё. Ой-ой-ой. Диск. Так я вроде правильно написал, да? Диск.
Дискорд Вентерина допустил ошибку.
Дискорд. Ну сейчас зато вроде нормально.
Эльот каскадкатек.
Добрый, добрый.
Подписочка работает.
Что туда отправляю, да?
Без нее делать в игре нечего.
Ну, есть чего без подписки. Но да, с ней лучше.
Где берешь подписку?
В Стиме.
Ну да, отправляй.
Так, отправить. Дискорд. Готово. Говорят, тут еще одно задание. Ой, ну, блин, спасибо, но не знаю, не стоило. Какой там крутой крафт? Может быть, редкий? Что не каждому этот рецепт выпадет, увидит, достанется, но...
Его цена оказалась почти 1500
Ого.
монет.
Надо посмотреть тогда, почем мука.
Воск дорогой, по 200 монет за штуку.
Ну, из-за этого, наверное, ясно. Странно, мне вроде мука очень много попадалась в разных местах. Даже ворчал, что опять мука? По делу мне казалось, что не так много. Так. Где-то тут вход. Ага, вот и вход. Спасибо большое за компанию. Наверное, на сегодня все. Что в жара. Я сижу сейчас весь мокрый. Надо еще немножко домашними делами позаниматься и пора ужинать. Уже и, собственно, и кушать хочется.
На фанты подписка дешевле.
Возможно, там, наверное, оплата рублями.
Ну да.
А мне из Европы это сейчас большая проблема. Что-либо за рубли купить. Перекрыты все платежи. Ну все, спасибо большое за компанию, но уже мне надо немножко охладиться и по домашним делам позаниматься и поесть. Ну вот. И к завтрашнему рабочему дню готовиться.
Ну давай, бывай.
Это выключено. Ну да.
Новый
Ой,
фолловер.
спасибо.
Это Вентер.
Спасибо, так, все. Спасибо за фоллоу. И неформалу спасибо.
Новый фолловер. Неформал
ГМД
1987.
Вентер. Скорее всего, неправильно произношу. Всё, пойду я охлаждаться.